on, Mika.
Whew, another long day. My name is Takaki Hashida. I'm a salaryman working at a regular company. I met my wife Manami at my job, and after 1 year of dating, we got married. This will be our 3rd year being married. I'm home.
Welcome home, honey. Long day today, huh? Do you want to have dinner? Or take a bath first? Or me?
You, of course, Manami.
Ah!
Even though we're about to go into 3rd gear, we're still completely in love. I don't think that will ever change. Oh, so I thought. Hey, you don't have any complaints about your wife? Where's this coming from? Of course I don't. That's amazing! It's crazy that you can be with the same person for 3 years. You know, I really think it's time you should get a taste for something new. What do you mean a taste? This isn't cooking. Love and relationships, it's like cooking. If you're always having the same thing, you'll get tired of it. Plus, men are creatures that cheat, and that's a fact. And that's how you make every woman in this world your enemy. But I really think it's the truth. You can still have fun without love. There are way too many guys who don't know that. Conflicts of interest. Reset. Your body and your heart are 2 separate things. Here, this. What is this? It's a singles app for chatting. Even if you don't meet them in person, why not just talk to them? That's harmless, right? Just talk, huh? I didn't touch the app recommended to me. Even if he said that my body and my heart are 2 separate things, that doesn't make it okay to cheat. Plus, I love my wife from the bottom of my heart. That's why I don't need any other woman besides her.
What's the matter? You keep staring off into space. Is there something on your mind?
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about how much I love you today, too.
What is that? Sounds like a crush. But I love you too.
At the end of the day, my wife is the cutest in the whole world. If I have a wife this cute, there's no way I could look anywhere else. So I thought, until one day.
I can't think straight when I see your face. I'm going to leave for a bit, so don't go chasing after me.
Manami! How did things end up this way? I bet Manami is gonna go stay at a friend's house tonight. Now that she's left, she probably won't come home for 2-3 days. We had gone back and forth, and that started to get heated. And I threw out some words that I didn't even actually mean. When you've been with somebody for a few years, we had experienced fights like this a couple of times. But this time, my heart was exhausted by this fight. Usually I would go and pick her up straight away, but I guess I can leave it like this for a little while. I need to change my mood somehow. Reset a little bit. Oh. You can still have fun without love? There are way too many guys who don't know that. Conflict of interest? Reset. Your body and your heart are 2 separate things, right? Yeah, it's just talking, right? That's right. It's not like I'm gonna go meet them. It'd be nice to have somebody to vent to. And so, I decided to try downloading the app. I randomly put together a profile and threw a few messages at some registered women. I'm bored too. Would you like to chat? If you'd like, would you like to talk to me? If I don't get any replies from this, then that's that. If anything, I think it's lucky that you can only talk on something like this. I'm sure it's not that easy to get a response. What? Someone actually replied. Miss Hayati, huh?
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for the message. Would you like to chat a little bit?
I didn't actually expect a response. That's right, maybe I'll vent to her a little bit. Actually, earlier today, I got into a fight with my wife. From there, I had this woman named Miss Hayati listen to my complaints through the app. My wife was in a bad mood, and
I see.
she just stormed out of the house, and until I go pick her up, she won't come home. I was able to get my feelings up on my chest, and Miss Hayate took my side. Between these 2 things, I felt a lot better already. Just having someone listen, I feel like I can think more straight now. Maybe this wasn't such a bad idea after all.
Do you still have some time?
What's the matter?
If you'd like, would you like to speak on the phone?
Speak on the phone?
Through this app, you can make phone calls without exchanging phone numbers. It does become a video call, but what do you think?
I do half the time anyway.
Sure, let's talk.
Well then, I'll call you now then.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hayate.
Nice to meet you. I'm a little embarrassed, so forgive me for not showing my full face. No worries at all. My heart is racing. It's not like I'm doing anything bad, but this could be some inspiration. From there, I spoke to Miss Hayate non-stop for a full 3 hours over a video call. And we spoke about ourselves, vented about our lives, about our views on relationships. Our conversation was a mix of all kinds of things. It's been a long time since I spoke for this long to someone of the opposite gender, and I couldn't contain the singing in my chest.
Well then, let's speak again sometime.
Yes, that'll be great. Oh man, this is way too much fun. But also, it seriously has been a long time since I've spoken to someone like this, other than Manami. Wow, I want to talk to all kinds of people. After that day, I became completely hooked on that app. Anytime I had a free moment, I was looking for someone to talk to every day. Normally, I would go pick up Manami, but it was to the point where I would completely forget to. I was so consumed by the app.
I'm home.
Welcome home, Manami.
You didn't come to pick me up.
I'm sorry, I thought it was important to spend some time alone. I wanted to get my head straight too.
I see. You did that because you were thinking about us.
Of course I was. You know, I was actually too focused on the app and just forgot.
I'm really sorry for saying such awful things.
Me too, I didn't mean what I said. I'm sorry.
From now on, I'm going to do my best to stay calm and think straight.
Me too. I'll do my best not to get so angry so fast.
I guess we made up now.
Yeah, I guess so. Manami and I were able to make up, but I wasn't able to quit the app. Anytime I was free, I'll be on my phone, and whenever Manami would leave the house, I'll be on a video call. Eventually, that wasn't enough, and even when Manami was taking a bath, I would secretly be on a video call. The app had completely become a part of my daily life. Then, one day, one message came flying into me on the app. Her name is Ms. Mina, huh? Interesting. She's a single mother. She looks very pretty in a profile photo. Maybe I can reply to her message. Nice to meet you. My name is Aki. Thank you very much for your message. I look forward to talking to you a lot.
Thank you very much for your reply. I was really looking forward to talking to you, Mr. Aki. It's very nice to meet you.
From that day, I started my interactions with Miss Mina, but I was shocked at how explosive our conversations were. We had the same hobbies and the same sense of humor. Not only that, but she was kind anytime she listened to my complaints about my work or my married life.
Unlike my wife, you really are so nice and beautiful, Miss Mina. If you say such a thing, I feel sorry for your wife.
I had become completely hooked on Miss Mina, and anytime I had a moment, I was chatting with her every day. However, we never made it to a video call.
We can't video call?
I don't want your wife to find out.
I see. I want to hear your voice someday, though.
Me too. I'd like to hear your voice, Mr. Aki. I seriously want to video call her, but the timing never works out. I was getting a little frustrated that we couldn't video call, when one day I was being sent on a business trip to Osaka. I'm actually going on a business trip soon, and I think we would be able to video call without worrying about my wife.
Well then, when you're at that hotel, let's video call a lot.
Yes! Hey Manami, I have a business trip next week.
I see. Where are you going?
It's in Osaka. I'll bring you back a souvenir.
Okay, sure. Can't wait for you to come back.
And then the day I got to Osaka that night, I quickly connected on a video call with my favorite Ms. Mina.
Our first time on a video call. I'm really nervous. I'm a little embarrassed, so it's only half of my face, but...
It doesn't bother me at all. Wait a minute. I feel like she is super beautiful. Let's talk a lot today. My wife isn't here, so there's nothing to worry about.
I see. By the way, where's your business trip?
It's in Osaka.
Oh, really? Actually, I live in Osaka. Where are you staying?
What, seriously? It's called the Shingeki Hotel, but...
Oh, I know exactly where that is. Hey, I'm lonely. Do you mind if I go over there? Since we're actually in a distance where we can meet.
I definitely can't meet up with her, right? That's crossing the line. But I'll probably never have an opportunity like this again. Sure, it's fine. You can come over here.
Alright, I'll be there in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay, I'll be waiting.
Well then, see you soon.
This is crazy. Is this even allowed? My heart is beating way too fast. What are we gonna do when we meet up? I should get in the shower now before she gets here. 30 minutes later. She's here! Yes, come into the door now. I've been waiting for you, Mina.
Hello, I'm Mina.
What? Manami?
Why don't we chat a little bit?
Ah!
Hey, why are you trying to close the door? You're the one that said I can come over, didn't you? Why don't we have a chat, Mr. Aki?
Yes. What are you doing here?
I suspected that you were cheating on me, so I threw some bait out on a line.
According to Manami, I was acting really weird lately, so she discussed it with a friend. Then that friend said that maybe I was cheating on her. She didn't want to believe it, but she couldn't deny that my attitude had changed. That's why in order to believe me, she felt bad, but she looked into my cell phone. And then she found a weird app, so she opened it and looked inside. And inside of the app, she found multiple conversations with multiple women. Not only was I complaining about work, I was also complaining about her. Not only that, but it seemed like I was doing some questionable things through video calls. Doesn't this count as cheating? But it didn't seem like I had met up with anybody at that point. In that case, let's test him. That's what she thought. And she threw me a line. If it was just video calls, just chatting, then maybe she could barely forgive that. But that's why she wanted to test if I was going to leave it at that and that only.
If you didn't meet up with me, and I was going to pretend like I didn't see anything and let it go. But then you jumped right on board immediately. So, what were you going to do when we did meet up?
I'm sorry, it was just a little impulsive.
Thank you so much for all the trash you talked about me. Were you planning on doing something new with your new girlfriend and then breaking up with me? If you hate me that much, then I'd be happy to break up with you, so don't worry.
No, that's not. I seriously just had a moment of weakness, that's all. You're the only woman that I love, Manami.
You can take those words to your grave, you scumbag.
Ah!
You know, I thought I was doing my best to stay attracted to you, even after we got married. But it looks like all those efforts were a waste. If you really want a taste of other women that badly, then why don't you do so? A cheating man like you, I wouldn't want you anyway.
Manami, I am really truly sorry. Please don't leave me.
Do you really think that one apology and you would be forgiven? It takes a long time to build trust and 1 second to lose it. You say you just had a moment of weakness, but you were fully getting ready to cheat on me. Look at you waiting in a bathrobe. Seriously, cut it out already. I'd be happy to get a divorce at this point.
Please, anything but a divorce.
Interesting. You don't want to get a divorce, huh?
I don't want to break up with you.
Is that so? Well then, I'll give you 1 year grace.
Mana.
But I definitely don't want to sleep anywhere near you, so in the house we'll be separated. I'll decide based on how you act when we're not together.
I understand.
Well then, why don't you do your best, even though it's pointless?
After that, I reluctantly signed the divorce papers. Manami has them, so if anything were to happen again, she can submit them immediately. Ever since then, I've done all kinds of things. To this day, I'm desperately trying to rebuild our relationship and doing whatever I can. I don't know if she'll forgive me after all this. Maybe she'll never forgive me in the end. But all I can do is to keep showing her with my actions how I truly feel. I'd hope that she will forgive me after how badly I hurt her. And pray that one day we can go back to the way we were.